Hey guys, I did a full review on the Sofirn SC32 about 2 years ago, and this has been my EDC light ever since. And if you want, you can go back and watch that video to see all the details of it, but I feel like this is the perfect EDC light. It is so small and compact for an 18650 that basically disappears in your hand. It's just a phenomenal light. So Sofirn has just released another EDC light called the SR12, and this one is designed for people who want a little more throw on the beam, or quite a bit more, I should say. The old SC32 threw 214 meters. This new one has a 396 meter throw, so almost double the throw. So I'm pretty excited to test this one out. So stick around if you want to learn more about the SR12. I'll do a quick unboxing, go over all the features and specifications of it. We'll get outside, do some beam shots, and then give some thoughts. All right, besides that 396 meters of throw, we have 1450 lumens on the max setting. There are the LEDs. That's the temperature. There's some of that information. I'm not going to go over every single lumen and runtime. You can pause and read that if you want. But let's get this out of the box and check it out. So Sofirn has, pretty nice packaging now. It's kind of almost like the magnetic closure. So we have a manual up on top. Looks like some O-rings and like a wrist lanyard. We have a charging cable, and it is USB-C to C. The flashlight itself, and there's likely a battery in here. Let's pull that out. So move that little film. And there is our battery, 18650, 3000 milliamp hours. Quickly show you the manual, just in case you purchase this light and then lose your manual. Give you guys some close-ups here of the SR12. Got a little bit of heat sinking here in the head. Got a crenulated bezel. Here is our charging port. Again, USB-C. It's got some unique texturing. It's kind of got like horizontal lines, but then there's these cuts that are at angles. It actually looks really cool. I've actually never seen that on the body of a light before. I really like that. Feels like it provides plenty of grip too. We do have a side switch, and then we have a dual direction pocket clip. And then that's our lanyard spot right there. Grab you guys some quick dimensions here. Looks like we are 4.45 inches in length. And the body itself is just under an inch, 0.95. And for comparison's sakes, the SC32 was 3.9 some inches long, so there is more than a half-inch difference. Grab a quick weight. It is right at 3.9 to 4 ounces, and it did feel like it had a magnetic, it does have a magnetic tail cap in it as well. The SR12 is made out of 6061 aluminum. The water resistance rating is IP68. And the working voltage on this is 3 to 4.2. So you cannot put 2 of the CR123A batteries in it, because that would give you 6 volts, and that's too much for this. So let's get into the operation or user interface of the light. I know this looks kind of complicated. Hopefully I can explain it to where it's pretty easy for you guys. So if the flashlight is off, you want to turn it on, you honestly just simply click it, it turns it on. It has mode memory, so it will return to the last used mode when you turned it off. If you want to go up to the next modes, you'll just press and hold this, and it will kind of cycle through the way it's set up right now. But the setting that we're on right now is one of the lowest. It is considered the eco mode, and that is 10 lumens. So to go up to the next one, I'm just going to press and hold this, and you'll see a pretty nice bump there. That is actually 100 lumens. And it looks super, super bright because of how that beam is so focused. That's how we're going to get that long throw. The next one is medium, and that is 350 lumens. We'll go up to high. High is 800 lumens, and that's going to last for like 5 minutes and something, and then it'll step down to 720, and it'll maintain 720 lumens until basically the battery goes dead. So that's actually really good. And then if you want turbo, it's a double click from any level that you're on. I'll just do it from here since we're already here, but so kind of hard to see that bump right there, but that turbo is 1450 lumens. That'll last for like a minute and a half. Then it reduces to that same 720 that high did, and that'll last again for, you know, probably an hour and a half to 2 hours until the battery goes dead. I'm going to show you turbo from one of the lower modes here. So I'm in that eco right now, and again, just double click and that'll bump you up, and you can see that's almost blinding. And keep in mind that I'm recording this in the middle of the day, and I have about 10 different lights in this room, and this thing is still just blinding bright. There also is a strobe mode, so if you're sensitive to strobe lights, kind of look away, but you get to that by pressing this 3 times. You can see it's kind of like an inconsistent pattern. There's also one other mode that you can get to, and you get to it with the light off, and then you long press this like 2 or 3 seconds, and then it's going to give you a 1 lumen moonlight mode. Very useful at night trying to read a map or, you know, something like that, or just find something in a tent. Doesn't blind you and it doesn't wake anybody else up. And just so you know, from off you can still get to your turbo and your strobe, and it's the same double clicks. So 2 clicks here will take me right into that turbo. And again, if you are sensitive to strobe, you can kind of look away, but 3 clicks from off will take you into that strobe. So even though that chart looks kind of complicated, it really is just a single press to turn it on, single press to turn it off. Once you're on, just hold to cycle through the different modes. And if you want turbo at any time, just double click. So that's about it. Now it does have an option if you don't like it to where you press and hold and then it steps to the next level. It does have a ramping mode feature, and you get to that by having the light turned on and then pressing this button 4 times. And so since I have it switched, when I hit the button and hold it now, it's going to kind of go from like a low to a high, just ramping without really stepping. It does go kind of quick, and then it'll flash, and then it'll go back down, and it goes back down kind of slow, which I wish it would ramp up kind of slow. You just see the flash there. Now watch, it'll ramp back down. You see how it gradually went down, but it does go up kind of fast. And to switch it back to that stepped, it's the same 4 button press here. Flashes, lets you know that we're now back in stepped mode. And finally, the last thing to go over on the user interface is that it does have an electronic lockout. You can always just manually turn the tail cap to lock it out as well. But to use it from off, it's just 4 kind of rapid presses. It flashed right there. I don't know if the camera picked that up or not, but now when I go to hit it, it'll just flash and not actually come on. That way it doesn't like burn in your pocket or a holster sheath or whatever in a bag. And then to get back out of that, it's the same 4 presses. And now we're back on. So I don't know if you've been seeing this green flashing light when I turn this on. It stays on, I don't know, for maybe 3 or 4 seconds or so. That's basically your battery level indicator. And if it's a constant green, it means our battery is somewhere between 85 and 100%. Since we're flashing green, it means we're somewhere between 50 and 85 right now. If it were a constant on red, it means that we're somewhere between like 50 and 25%. And if it's flashing red, it's less than 25%. So I am going to get this fully charged before I do any of the nighttime beam shots. And you can see it's red when charging. I think it turns green when it's fully charged. All right, give you guys some beam shots of the SR12. We'll start off with the moonlight first. Again, just a kind of small amount of light here. Keep in mind I'm recording with an iPhone, so it does not pick up all of the light. But let's go up here to the Eco next. You can see that is a huge bump up in power just even right there. There's the next one. Get you guys some outside shots here in a minute. You can really see that hot spot over there on the wall though. That is the high. Here's the turbo. And again, if you are sensitive to flashes, this is the strobe coming up. I don't know how well it'll show up on camera, but the SR12 does have like a glow-in-the-dark ring. After you've used it, it kind of lights up like that for just a little while. I'm going to try to show you guys this SR12 outside here. Unfortunately, I have a ton of snow around, and just with the light that's in the air, it almost looks daylight, but it's like 9 something at night right now. But let's just get into it here. So let's just go on up to the turbo, see what this thing looks like. These trees that are over here right now, those are about 250 yards away or so. Those ones on the corner, again, I can see a whole lot more than what the camera's picking up. That's about 325 yards or so, all the way at the end there. I don't know if I could spot something in the trees with this distance, but from here I definitely could. This tree here is about 90 yards away. Obviously, the darker it is outside, the brighter a light is going to be. Like, imagine trying to use a flashlight in the daytime. So right now everything looks so light out here that the light itself doesn't look very bright, but trust me, it is extremely bright. This little light has just tremendous throw to it for as small as it is. Well, hopefully seeing those nighttime shots was somewhat beneficial for you guys. Having snow on the ground makes it really difficult to do a flashlight review because there's so much light already in the sky. And unfortunately, that snow is not going anywhere for the next probably 2 weeks or more. We don't have any days above freezing. But just trust me when I say that this light that is barely bigger than like the size of your hand has pretty incredible throw. I want to quickly show you guys the strength of the magnet. Again, sideways, it holds itself no problems. Up and down, no problem. And also show you what it looks like in a pocket. It's a fairly deep carry. You have just a little bit sticking up there. I personally don't pocket carry even my other light. Carry it in this little flashlight pouch sheath thing here. And so this one fits down there too. It is a little bit longer, so it does stick up a little bit higher. But overall it does fit in there just fine. So I'm guessing that I have somewhere between 35 to 40 Sofirn flashlights at this point, and I've never had a problem with a single one. They are definitely some of the best budget flashlights available, and the SR12 is no exception. It's made really well and it performs really well. So they are available on Amazon, and at the time of me making this video, they're coming in at $43.69 with a 25% off coupon available, bringing them down to around $33. They're also available on Sofirn's website if Amazon would be out of stock or something. They're $26 on the website, which is a little bit cheaper, but that does not include free shipping. You have to spend over $29 to get free shipping. And I have ordered from the website before, and it does take like 2 to 3 weeks typically to get your flashlight. And I will leave both of those links down in the video description. But alright guys, if you found the video helpful or informative in any way, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And that's going to be it on this one. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.